Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Minecraft Let's Build video with me, Vanillaraccoon. Heyo! And in this video, I'll be showing you how to build a super simple and easy to make stable for our dearly beloved animal friends. Now, as you can tell, we already have our foundation fully laid out, and while we're going to go ahead and prepare for this, let's go ahead and take a look at the resources that we will be using throughout this build. Now, as you can tell, we're going to be using various wooden pieces along with various cobblestone pieces, along with mixing it up with the coarse soil and gravel. And then just for aesthetic detailing, we're going to be laying down various buttons and stone pressure plates. But let's go ahead, oops, I didn't mean to close that. Let's just go ahead and begin to use our not stone, our wooden materials, there we go. And let's go ahead and undo theater mode, so then we can have a not so clean screen, because, well, we're going to be getting our build on and we may get our hands dirty while doing so, but that's okay. So right off the bat, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to be laying down the vertical beams for the structure, and now I'm going to just begin to lay down some dark oak stairs, so that way then we can begin to fill in the walls. And then right in the middle here, why don't we go ahead and see how that looks? I'm not sure if I'm too keen on that. Let's go ahead and swap out the dark oak planks with some dark oak logs, and I think that actually looks more appealing to the eye than having dark oak planks. So we're going to leave that as it is, and we're going to see if that's going to grow on us as we continue to get our build on. Now we're going to go ahead and on top of the dark oak stairs, we're going to be placing some dark oak fence post, and then right on top of the horizontal dark oak beam, we're going to be placing down some more dark oak fence posts. And then this is where we're going to go ahead and begin to utilize this resource pack when it comes to having various shades of gray for the stone block. So I'm thinking right off the bat, where we have this vibrant shade of gray is where we're going to be placing down gravel. And then where the not so vibrant shade of gray is where we're going to be placing down our coarse soil block. And now let's go ahead and begin to establish an entrance / exit point for each of these stables. Now, as you can tell, we have some sheep and we have some moo-moos just roaming around here. Where'd they go? Oh, well, there's a few sheep there, but there's the lone moo out yonder. But the reason why I'm going to be building this for sheep and for moo-moos is because whenever I start out in a new single player world, or even on a server, usually those are the common friendly passive mobs that I'm going to come across. And so I think I'm going to want to hoard up as much as I can when it comes to the cows, so that way then what I can go ahead and do is begin to populate them with wheat, and then once I have a decent amount of moo-moos, I can go ahead and maybe put a few of them on the back of a milk carton, so that way then I have some food to stock up on. But also, when it comes to having sheep, it's nice to have a pair of shears, and if not a pair of shears, then maybe just taking a sword and introducing that sword, or even an axe, or whatever you choose to use with the sheep, so then you can get their wool as a mob drop. And then once we have enough wool, we'll be able to make a bed. That sounds a little gruesome, I know, but it is, it's a part of, I was going to say life, but it's a part of Minecraft, I suppose. So what I'm just going to do here for the roof is, as you can tell, I went ahead and just took dark oak stairs, placed them on the edge right here, and then just to fill in the spaces on the sides, and then in the middle here, I went ahead and just placed another horizontal dark oak beam, so that way then we can give this build some form of give this build some structure and show that it does have the roof at least has something holding it up. So in the event that someone were to walk by and go, hey, what's holding up that roof or whatever, then you can just point to those dark oak logs. Because some people, when they play this game, they like to go, oh, how would that happen in real life or whatever. I myself am like that at times, but so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to take my cobblestone stairs and place them inwards, upside down. And what I mean by that is, as you can tell, they're upside down, but they're facing one another. So that way then we can just have a little bit of detail going on for this overhang that we just established. But why don't we go ahead? No, I don't like how that looks. I'm just going to go ahead and leave it as it was originally. So now what I'm going to do here is right in between these two cobblestone stairs, I think it's where I'm going to be placing normal cobblestone stairs, but I'm going to have them facing inwards so that they're facing one another. And now, just so we don't have a super flat roof, I'm just going to take dark oak slabs and place them on the inside. Now, one thing I'm thinking of doing while I'm looking at it is doing something like that, but I'm not entirely sure if I like how that looks. But I'm just going to go ahead and place it on that side as well, and I'm going to leave it as it is, and I'm just going to see if this is going to grow on me as well. If you don't want to do that, you don't have to. And now let's go ahead and just take a look inside real quick. And you know what? I think I'm going to leave the dark oak logs as they are. And when it comes to having a horizontal beam laying on the ground and then also in the ceiling. Now, the reason why I'm not going to use dark oak logs within the walls right here and for the same thing on the other side is because I want the cows and I want the sheep to feel at home. I don't want them to feel like they're bottled up in a claustrophobic pen-like area. I want them to have the luxury to move around, so that way then if one cow wanted to have its own personal space, then it will be able to do so. Now let's begin to work on the entrance/exit pen area, and we're going to be using a double gate system. Now this is something that I myself like to have when I'm building a stable, is because let's just go ahead and grab a single wheat. Where's the wheat? There we are. So in the event that I'm trying to, let's just pretend we have more than one sheep here, okay? And if you ever notice when you're trying to herd sheep, a flock of sheep, there we go. If you're trying to gather a flock of sheep in Minecraft, sometimes when you have a one block opening such as this fence gate here, they may start to bump around, and then at some point they may decide they don't want to follow you even though you have wheat, and they'll begin to wander off. In the event that that happens to you, because I know that happens to me quite often, we can go ahead and just... Are you going to follow me, sheep? Can you please follow me for the sake of recording on cam? Please don't make me look bad. Okay, so, excuse me. So in the event that this sheep decided it wanted to leave, I can just instantly shut the gate behind it, and then it won't be able to wander out of the pen area. And since it was so kind to go ahead and make its way into this pen, I can now go ahead and shut that gate and then open this gate. And if I were to forget to close it behind me, I don't have to worry about the sheep leaving because, well, it's in its new little home, and I think it's starting to like its new home as well. So, little sheep buddy, if you like it, feel free to let me know what you think. So now what I'm going to do here is let's go ahead and put our resources back, because once we're done using something, it's always good to put it back where we found it. That way, we don't have to worry about looking for it later on. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to begin to lay down some torches. That way, oops, didn't mean to place it right there. That way, our new animal friends can go ahead and have some light. So if it were to get nighttime fairly quickly, like it does in the winter, we'll be able to go ahead. Well, they'll be able to still see. They don't have to worry about being afraid or anything. So why don't we go ahead and, yeah, where the vibrant shade of gray is at is where I'm going to place my gravel. So let's go ahead and lay down the gravel now. And then where the not so vibrant shade of gray is at is where I'm going to be placing down my coarse soil blocks. Now, I'm not going to place them beneath the fence post, and that's, well, you know what? I lie. This is something I wasn't going to do on camera, but you know what? I think I will. So, I'm just going to go ahead and remove the grass blocks and then the soil blocks beneath the grass blocks, and I'm just going to lay down stone because with this resource pack it helps me it helps me a little more when it comes to applying variation into a new build or project. Even let's just go ahead and grab another fence post real quick. And so where the vibrant shade of gray is at is where we're going to place down our gravel. So let's just go ahead and begin to get that done and over with. And then where the not so vibrant shade of gray is at is where we're going to be placing our coarse soil blocks. And let's just go ahead and do something like that. And there we go. So now this stable area, well, this pen area looks like, you know, we obviously have herds of cows and flocks of sheep wandering in and out quite frequently. And I think when it comes to the simple starter stable, that's really gonna do it. Now, as you can tell, we have a little bit of more work to do, and that's right over here. And what we're going to be doing there is we're just going to be establishing a simple farm area. And what I'm going to do is, just for starters, is I'm going to go ahead and grab my stone resources, excluding the cobblestone. I mean, the mossy cobblestone. And you're going to see why in a little bit. But for now, let's just go ahead and begin to lay this down. Now, where we have these stone blocks exposed is where I'm going to be placing down the cobblestone blocks, and then right on the inside, just for some little detailing and also to apply a little depth to this wall at least, we're going to be placing down 2 stairs that are facing one another. And then in between each of these cobblestone blocks, we're just going to be placing down cobblestone wall, except for this side. We're going to be placing a fence gate right here. But before we even go into that, what I'm going to do is, just to prevent any hostile mobs from being able to hop over the wall, excluding a spider, because we all know at this point spiders are tricky little mischief creatures, and they're able to bypass logic, so to speak, and just simply walk up walls. Let's just go ahead. I was going to begin to sing the Spider-Man song, but I don't feel like doing that now. My voice is a little hoarse, if you can't tell. But one thing I forgot to do when it comes to the simple starter stable is we're just going to place buttons on the exposed rings of the logs that we have, so that way then it just adds a little more detail. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. So now what I'm going to do is, I think in this corner right here, we're going to remove that one grass block, and I'm also going to remove the rest of this as well. And as you can tell, I also laid down the foundation in this area, just so then when we would begin the work here, I wouldn't have to worry about doing that on camera. But right in this corner, I'm going to be placing one single crafting chest table, and then on top of it, I'm going to be placing a single chest. And then I think what I'll do right there is I'm going to place an anvil, and that's just so then we can cook up anything that we may need to cook up. And why don't we go ahead and grab an anvil? Let's also grab our torch, an anvil, our diamond hoe, our seeds, our coarse dirt, and then our gravel. And now let's go back over here, and I think what I'm going to do is just go ahead and grab a grass block as well. So I think what I want to do is, let's just go ahead and fill this up real quick. Now, because we have this furnace right here, I think I'm going to go ahead and in this corner remove the grass block, place down one single bucket of water, and then I'm just going to take my diamond hoe, tilt the grass so then we can begin to plant our seeds. And why don't we just go ahead and tilt that right there. The reason why I'm only going to tilt the land 4 times is so that way, in the event that I were to have to come over here and help the moo-moos or the sheep repopulate, I can do so for each, and I don't have to worry about taking some bone meal and doing a bone meal job on the wheat to speed up the process or wait for them to fully mature. Oh, that's right, I have the torches here, so let's just go ahead and place these down. So I think what I'll do is just in the middle right there on those 2 sides with the cobblestone wall is where I'm going to place down torches, and then on top of the furnace I'm going to go ahead and just place an anvil. And I think that is going to do it for the simple farm right next to our simple starter stable. And now let's just go ahead and put our resources back, so that way then we don't have to worry about looking for them if we were to need them. And let's just do a quick little flyby and see how this place looks. Let's just go ahead and see if there's anything else we need to do. And I think, you know what we can go ahead and do is, let's just go ahead and grab this as well. I think what I'm going to do, just for the sake of support for the overhang, I'm going to go ahead and do something like this. And that looks to be a little too much. So I think what I'll do is something like, no, that doesn't look right either. Oops, and I did not mean to remove that dark oak stair. Let's just go ahead and do something like this. But let's go ahead and do this. So, one more reason why I'm going to be building this for cows is because aside from them giving me a decent source of food, also if you continue to let them appear on the back of a milk carton, eventually you will have enough leather to make books, which can be helpful with setting up an enchanting station as you continue to progress throughout your adventures in Minecraft. Just a little quick snippet I wanted to share with you all in case you did not know, or that may have slipped your memory, so to speak. But I think that is going to do it for the super simple and easy to make that's right, for this super simple and easy to make simple starter farm stable and simple farm adjacent to it. Is there anything else in here? I guess we can go ahead and just take some buttons and take some stone pressure plates as well, and we could just scatter them around the area just so then we can have a little aesthetic detail going on. Although if we were to step on this, no, it will not trigger the wooden fence gates that we have right here. That's something I was a little worried about for a moment, is if I wasn't sure if that was gonna trigger it, because it's up and over from it, so to speak. But I think, like I was saying, that's gonna do it. So if you've been following along and you built this and you'd like to show me what you did with it, then feel free to take a screenshot of it and send it to me over on Twitter at Vanillaraccoon. Be sure to follow me on Twitter for all the latest news and updates for YouTube videos and for Twitch live streams. But that's going to do it for this video. Thank you all ever so much for tuning in. And remember, if you like what you see, then please give that like button a hug and subscribe for the latest buzz. And if you had a blast with a good laugh, then make sure you favorite this video and share it with a friend or two. But until next time, peeps, this is Vanillaraccoon. Peace out.